Okay, everybody, there's another edition of Pickle Paul, and I've got another guest here, the same one I've been having all the time, Dewey Hume, Chinese Jesus. And today, what we're going to be talking about is, do you have a crack addict shot? What I mean by that is, do you have a shot that you can't stop hitting, even though it's a high-risk shot and you may get a few good points off of it? Everybody praises you for it, saying, oh, wow, what an amazing shot. But you only get it in so many times, and you miss it a lot of times, and especially in key situations. So what is your crack addict shot, Dewey?
It's the forehand drive. Everybody knows I love the backhand, and I'm actually getting better at my backhand drive. But my forehand drive, if I see something that comes in the middle and about 3/4 of the way, and it's a little bit higher than the net, my eyes go round, and I'm like, get so excited, and I want to hit that drive as hard as I can. And then what happens? Into the net, fuck, out.
Right.
Like I would say maybe I'm 50% on it. Drives me effing crazy.
Right. So what would you do instead of of doing that all the time?
I could drop it easily.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the smarter shot for me. 100%.
Mixing it up.
Yeah.
Mixing it up. So my crack addict shot.
Or I can hit it at 50% and drive it and then reset. But I don't have to hit it 100% out or 100% in. But when I do get that one shot in, it's
yeah, it's like a golfer going for the winner, or like to the green on the second shot to putting for eagle. It's like low percentage, but you get it that one time. It's like, oh, now I'm going to do it every time.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Sitting on the drive, or when you're at the first tee and everybody's kind of watching and you hit that one drive, 280, 300, it's like, holy.
Yeah. And then everybody praises you for that one great drive up the middle. And then everybody's like, oh, great shot. That dopamine release in your brain. It's like they jerked you off right in the middle of the court there. It's like, it's an amazing feeling.
Exactly. Little did they know I hit 17 other balls in the water.
So my crack addict shot would be my plob shot. So I wait for a dink shot that's sort of sitting there, and I like to pick it out of before it hits the ground and lob it over the head with some topspin. No, it works great when I get it, but and then when I get it a couple times, it's like, then I go to it too much, and then I become predictable. They're sitting back on it, or that I don't hit it clean enough on shots that it's not quite sitting. So my crack addict shot is the plob. I got to do it a little bit less often, but still have it in there and hit it against certain people, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's a question. So then, if your lob is off, and so let's say you're playing a game, it's off. You've hit like 1 out of 10 shots.
Yeah.
Do you change your strategy, or do you keep going for it?
Well, the smart person would try to change their strategy. Sometimes I'm not so smart, but I like to try to change it. I think I've evolved a little bit better, but I don't do it as much as I used to.
Right, and thus the crack addicts.
Yes.
They can't stop because even if they miss it, they will keep going to the well.
Right, I'm getting treatment for that. Yeah, that shot. I'm getting a lot of treatment. So there's another guy that we play with, Jay. So everybody knows Jay. So his crack addict shot is he's got his jazer, right? He likes to take that backhand. He likes to slice the fuck out of the ball diagonally cross court and just skimming the net. So great shot when it works. Oh, it's very, very difficult to pick up. But again, how many times are you going to hit that shot? Like, how many times do they go out, or do they go into the net? Like, what are your percentages on that day of getting in? And he kind of goes to it over and over again. Another one that he has is like, he takes this top spin right at the net. He likes to roll right at you really hard, skimming the net. And when it's on, it's very deadly. But then he starts doing it on shots that he shouldn't be. They're hitting the net, or we let it go out. So everybody's got their cracked addict shot, right? Gary, Spencer the lefty there, right? His cracked addict shot, he likes to sit back at the back of the court, waits for you to hit a ball deep, and then he's a lefty. You see this big gaping hole in the middle. He all of a sudden appears out of nowhere, and then he attacks you with the ball, right? Yep. So, and he does that quite a bit often until you start figuring it out. So everybody's got their sort of cracked addict shot. Like, don't go to it too often. I know it's your bread and butter, but you got to mix things up. And when people start picking up on this shot that you're always doing repetitively, you become predictable, and then when it's not working, you get frustrated. So try to mix it up, and just the first thing is realize you have a problem. You have to admit you have a problem, Dewey. And then once you admit you have a problem, then you can go and correct your problem.
That's right. That is true. And then the solution on the other side of the coin is if you're playing those guys, you just got to realize if they're on, they're on.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
You got to weather the storm.
Weather the storm. Go with it. Ride the wave. Because guess what? The wave always peters out at the end.
Yeah.
Because if they can go 2-3 games in a row, well, fuck, good for them. Then they're on a heater. But sooner or later, you figure it out, then they can't do that. And then you take advantage of that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. All right, guys. So admit you have a problem, and then first of all, figure out what your problem is, and then admit you have a problem, and then take steps to correct it. We'll see you next time.
Don't be a crack addict.